and getting GPA students of more than 3 or 3.5 to take neuroscience-based programs. Improve program for research and innovation potential. So support the decade of the mind, because the decade of the mind was started by the 10 eminent scientists. I think in the 12th of October, they will have the Asian launching of the decade of the mind in Singapore, organized by National University of Singapore. I think Malaysia should not be left out. Giving specific national scientific fund scholarships in the field of neurosciences, and taking neurosciences ideas to commercialization, development, and enterprise. Very important. And getting neurosciences to kampongs via innovation. It's not easy to get orang kampong to understand neuroscience. How do you explain to the paddy farmer what neuroscience is? How do you explain to the fisherman what neuroscience is? This is important, because an understanding parent who understands neuroscience, whether he's a fisherman, a paddy farmer, rubber tapper, will initiate and encourage his children to take neurosciences, for example, or even sciences, if he wasn't even neuroscience. Labor market, use smart neuromarketing and neuroselection. You have 10 people who want to be CEOs of the company. You can use neuroscience with certain psychological scenarios and decision-making scenarios and select the so-called best, smartest CEO. And then you get smart people. You want to get smart multitaskers, use neuroscience to select them. Integrated entrepreneurship development program, smart intelligent neuromarketing for small industries. So you can start these small CEOs in small enterprises. The ketchup industry is a big industry, but small enterprises. And they will slowly learn, and you will see that P300 will increase in size. Increase Bumiputra participation. I put here smart chosen Bumiputra, not any Bumiputra. Not any Bumiputra. Use this to look for smart people. Program national security and public order. So, when you have programs, you have to have psychological friendly messages of unity. One Malaysia. I bet you if we showed one Malaysia, it would excite P300, I think. But it may excite some people and may not excite other people. Why? Maybe the message is incomplete. Maybe the logo of one Malaysia is incomplete. Maybe the colors are wrong. Maybe the people in the background are wrong. So these are things that are important. Stimulating anti-bad messages. So I'm talking about bad messages is disunity, fight, burn, kill. No, these messages require good neuroscience. Health sector development program. I think this is quite classic. Everybody knows that neuroscience will fit, or brain science and the mind will fit into this part 4.2.1. This number 4.2.1 is taken exactly from the document. So you see the numbers jumping from 1.2. It's not a typo error. 4.2.2 is sports and recreation development program. Promoting healthy minds and souls, family values by brain-friendly messages. Recreation, mind-friendly places. The housing projects now are not mind-friendly. They are not social-friendly. Flats are the worst places to put human beings. They're not mind-friendly. So the architects have to work hard. That's why I say housing development program, neuroarchitecture. Very interesting. Strengthening unity programs. The transmind concept of equality via one Malaysia can be taken further. Looking at dramas, TV programs, banners and posters. They are posters and they are posters. So, I don't know how many minutes I have left. Carry on? Yeah, okay. So, if you look at why Malaysia is not as good in ticking out all these details, is because the current ranking of Malaysia in the field of neurosciences, brain sciences or mind sciences, is only 63 out of 164. In the field of behavior neuroscience, Malaysia is placed 9 in Asia. In the field of biological psychiatry and the other field is between 9 and 10 amongst the Asian countries. And we have a very low Hirsch index in neurosciences compared to the other sciences. Because we have to focus, to increase the H index, we have to, so you see, this is from Scopus, Elsevier. Country ranking of neuroscience for all regions. So you see whereas Malaysia is on the next slide. You see Saudi Arabia somewhere. Thailand is much better than us. Mexico, Norway. Of course, these are developed countries. You know, Russian Federation. Singapore, Iran, much better than us. You know, Estonia, Slovakia is much better than us. Okay, Croatia is much better than us. Here we are. Pakistan does a lot of research in neuroscience. Interestingly, Egypt, Morocco, Vice President went to visit their place. Lithuania, even Jordan, you know. So Malaysians are stuck between Jordan and Serbia, you know. So you see that there's a lot of work we have to do. So behavior neuroscience. That's neuroscience as a whole. So when you dissect, you look at neurosciences. You see in Asia, Japan, China, India, okay, fine, big countries, lots of smart people. Korea, Taiwan, small little place, but lots of hardworking people doing much better. Singapore, Thailand, see Malaysia. So you know, so you can see the citations and the index. We are not as what we should be. Biological psychiatry, again, we are squashed between Thailand and Pakistan. In cellular and molecular neuroscience, it was again squashed between Thailand and Pakistan. Okay, these are 2010 data. Okay, and cognitive neuroscience. We need cognitive neuroscience. We don't have enough cognitive neurosciences, and Malaysia is nowhere. We lost, disappeared. Okay, so we need more new cognitive. And the future of the 21st century are cognitive neuroscientists. They say there is a prediction that all psychologists will eventually become cognitive neuroscientists. You know, eventually. You know, developmental neuroscience, number 10, squash between the Philippines and Sri Lanka. Endocrine and autonomic systems between Philippines and Malaysia, as we see there. Neurology, wow. We have quite a number of neurologists. And you see, Pakistan is doing better than us, and our other colleagues are doing better than us. So the neurology fraternity have to do more papers, have to publish more papers, do more research. And miscellaneous. Malaysia is not ranked in this field. Sensory systems. Someone talk about sensory systems, cerebral palsy. But this is the research. Pakistan is ahead of Malaysia. Thailand and Singapore, as usual. And if you look at this busy bubble, where we see neurosciences miscellaneous, you know, the status of Malaysian neuroscience according to source citation categories among other sciences. So you see, we are not doing that well, you know. Medicine is doing better than, you know, general medicine, you say, is doing better than neurosciences. And you can see that, you know, neurosciences, dentistry, you know, nursing. So you see the dot is pretty small. And the neurosciences that we do in Malaysia is closer to medicine than natural neurosciences, you know. So you see that the age index for neurosciences is also very low. And that means to say that we are not proud of neurosciences today, because there's a lot of work we have to do. Still a lot of work we have to do. So recently the establishment of Akademi and the National Professors Council of Malaysia, officiated by the Prime Minister, is one pathway where minds of many people can be incorporated into the group of thinkers, which will ascertain that the Malaysians and their minds do not go astray from the 2020 version. And we hope that there is a mind branding that will help us to achieve this so-called status of a truly developed country by 2020. Time is short. We are 2010, 11, 12. Soon, you know, the time 2020 will be over. And my suggestion is that a center or institute for brain, mind, and learning to be implemented under the Ministry of Science and Technology to be able to, to power this forward, so that we are not left behind in the decade of the mind. And I hope with whatever that I have spoken just now, you will be excited. The young people will then decide to be neuroscientists. The doctors will decide to be, I don't know, neurologists or whatsoever. The physicists in this group, the chemists in this group, the arts people in this group, the psychologists in this group, and even those in other areas, pertanian, rubber and all that, can work together. That is mind science in rubber as well. Has to do with sensory. So these things are important. So I hope the take-home message is that brain science is important. This is the decade of the mind. The decade of mind has just started. The decade of mind is going to end in 2020. There's still time. It's not like I'm giving this talk in 2019. We have 1 more year to go. We still have a few more years to go. And hopefully, with whatever resources we have, we can work transdisciplinary. We can work together to improve and help human mankind. Thank you very much.